Going off the last video, it leads us into this comment because not only is she asking, my client is asking a very similar thing last night. And now granted, I will have to say this, this question is one of the reasons why people fork over a crazy crap ton of money to have the expertise of Alpha Dom, because this is the intense stuff. People think that what I teach on TikTok or my course is like complex, deep crap. No, that's just the tip of the iceberg. Where this question is getting there. It's easy to build attraction compared to dealing with this. Now, how do you make all your girls feel special individually? I'd personally be insecure. I wasn't doing enough for you. A lot of people think that poly, we're just like sex crazed maniacs, that's all we care about and stuff like that. Now, I can't speak for every single poly person. I do assume there are people, especially in the beginning, that are poly strictly for the fact that they want to have. Now, with me, it's never really been that way. I'm demisexual. That means I cannot have sex with a girl unless I have a deep emotional connection with them. If I do before that, it ruins the entire thing. Now, each of my girls, the reason they're in my life is because they're special and they're unique. And I am in love with their souls. Yes, their bodies are nice. Yes, I tend to pull very hot women. I get that and I understand that. But that's not the reason I love them. The reason I love them is because they're all very unique individual people. And within our dynamic, they're allowed to embrace their full self. Now, we'll just kind of go through 3 of them. Let's go through 3 of them because I don't have all the time in the world to do this video. But let's do my oldest submissive, the one that's been with me the longest, my top of ranks, and one of the girls in the middle. That's so starting with technically the lowest in my ranks, because she is fully submissive. So she doesn't have any, because my rank system is basically who can dominate who when I'm not around or higher up isn't around. We'll call her N. N is one of the most important people in my life. She watched me from the end of my marriage all the way to current day work on myself and become the version of myself that I am now. She has watched me fix things like anger issues. She's watched me fix things like my attachment issues, because I had a girlfriend when I was younger that sadly took her life, which caused a lot of issues. When girls would break up with me, I'd be like, oh, like, is this going to happen again? Okay. She watched me work on that and fight through that and deal with that. She's always been super supportive of me. She's always helped me with things. She's always been a different viewpoint to my own, which is one of the things that a lot of people don't understand about my dynamic. They think I'm just some misogynistic piece of crap that doesn't care about my women, but that's not true. I look to them to monitor my blind spots, and I monitor their blind spots. And that's why the dynamic works so well to a degree. She's very, very sweet and soft-spoken. Think about Brat, but like a little bit more calm with the fact that she doesn't have a dom side. She's very sweet and kind. I have seen her lose her shit before, and that's terrifying because she has quite a few black belts actually in fucking martial arts and stuff, which she's a little firecracker when she needs to be, but she's mostly submissive, or sorry, completely submissive. Now we'll move up a little bit, and then we'll have S. We're going to say that. Now she is the one that I've talked about when I said that I date a lawyer. She has been with us for quite some time. Very, very powerful woman in her career, in her day-to-day life. She's a switch, and she's very different to most of the girls because she's very, very intense like all the time. She's very, very much like me, minus like the whole funny side. She's just really intense all the time. And it's funny because I watch people interact with her from time to time and outside the dynamic, and she just like pretty much owns everybody, especially guys. Like she just like me, grabs a jar and fucking whoop, and up onto a fucking shelf she goes. And she is just really intense to the point where there's times where we have smashed heads quite a bit, but and there's a lot of things that she likes that I don't personally like, outside dynamic, things that she's passionate and stuff like that about. But it's a very good experience to be in, to care about things that somebody else, or to care about something that other people care about that you don't necessarily do. But no, and there's a lot of times where she's giving me the backhanded slap across the face verbally to be like, dude, you're fucking this shit up. Then you have you have Brat, who is the top of my ranks, the highest rank. She wears the neochrome necklace, so TikTok doesn't get upset. And she's very unique and special because she really, and when I met her, I didn't really know if she was going to meet. At that time, I had an alpha submissive, and she ended up filling up the spot after that one left. And she's like, to a degree, exactly when I made that role, when I created that role, she is pretty much everything that role was supposed to be. She monitors my blind spots. I think her and Nana are probably the best at monitoring my blind spots, to be honest. Nana with her experience with me, and then Brat with just, she being my highest rank, there's a little bit more. And she's also a switch as well, like I am. But yeah, so Brat is very, very special in the regard that she fills that rank. She's sometimes calms me down when I'm getting bothered by certain things. I trust her with my entire ranking, all my ranks. I trust them. They all fucking love her and adore her. And it's very interesting that technically my youngest submissive is my highest ranked girl. But like me, my girls aren't ageist at all. They care about her. They support her. Few of them have actually tried to go for alpha before her, and it didn't work out, and are still in the ranks, and respect the living crap out of her for the fact that she holds that rank. Now, to answer your question, now that you see I do love them individually, how do they do that? How does that dynamic work? I said I can't give everything away because people pay me for this, but I can give you a couple things. Number one is open communication. I understand jealousy is going to happen at times, or feeling inadequate, and I stress the fact that you need to be open with me and the other girls. It needs to be open dialogue or open discussion. And a lot of people don't even have that in their like mono relationships. And it's something that's kind of hard to train into a girl to feel okay to open up when you're sitting next to the person that she's jealous of, okay? Another thing is not being biased. I have no bias. I love all my girls the same, but for different reasons. Just like they love each other the same, but for different reasons. And I think when you open a girl up and you actually embrace every part of her, and you have people around her that embrace every part of her, it's something that's special and unique that most women don't understand or don't know. And it takes a while to get used to. It definitely does. I would say that. But they grow to a point where my girls are pretty much like a close-knit family. Like, no, I don't do the whole sister wife thing. It's not my thing. But for example, somebody left a comment. Oh, yeah, that's right. Some girl was pretending to be Brat. I posted screenshots and some girl pretended to be Brat. And the two girls that monitor my TikTok comments, I was like, I got woken up. And I'm like, why in the hell is my phone blowing? They were not happy because they know what Brat has had to do in order to get that role and to be within our dynamic. My girls take zero fucking patience when it comes to people pretending to be in my ranks. They respect it. They understand how much work it is. They understand how much dedication I put into creating what I did. They understand how much work they put in to creating it. And it's really based off that. Whether a woman stays within the dynamic, in most cases, boils down to this: how much effort she puts in. Because I put a crap ton of effort in. And all my current girls, minus one, but she's new, put crazy amounts of effort in. And as long as that's going on, it's good.